My background has always been in business ownership. Always been an entrepreneur. I actually started off in the corporate world. I was in the corporate world for about 5 years, and I started off in the investment business. I worked for Fidelity Investments in Boston, and moved on and went into the banking business. But I always felt a little bit out of place because I came from a family of entrepreneurs, small business owners. And I always tell people that I left the corporate world when I found a form for obsolete forms when I was working for the bank. I said, that's it. It was too bureaucratic for me. So then I started my own interior design business. And I did that for 10 years. And at the same time, I assisted my husband in marketing a law firm, a personal injury law firm. And I took a very much of an interest in marketing. And that was at a time when internet marketing wasn't really big yet. We did a lot of yellow page advertising. And we grew the firm from 23 cases to 1,000 cases, and moved from having 2 people in the firm to 23 people in the firm over the course of about 18 months. So the next generation of my entrepreneurial endeavors was I got into the mortgage business, and then from there, as you know, over the last couple of years, the mortgage business really hasn't been that great. I started to dabble in online marketing, and was just helping different friends of mine that had businesses with doing different things online. And then I started thinking that I could make a business out of it, but I didn't want to just do it all on my own, so I just started surfing around. And of course, I guess I entered the right keyword because I ended up finding out about online marketing, and that's when I discovered SearchMarketMe and having my own online marketing business, and that's how I got to today. Right now, I have a signed contract that I'm actually going to be implementing this week, and several others in the pipeline. And basically the way it works is that the radio takes their inventory, runs a business-to-business ad, because what I said to them, you like the concept, why don't you eat what you cook? And let's run a business-to-business ad. And that ad would basically say, we're going to help you during this recession, and you need to go to www.wchegrowmybusiness.com. And so the business owner would go to that site, and we also attached a prize to it. If you fill out a form, then your business could win $5,000 in free advertising. So when that happens, and of course I set up a landing page and set up a thank you page, when that happens, then the general manager of that radio station gets that lead. I set up reporting so I can show him, I'm going to show him every other week what we're getting from the advertising. And from there, the really great thing is that I'm leveraging myself, because as he brings on businesses, I'm the online marketer. So I have an agreement with him. He's the reseller of my services, and any online marketing that's done with any business is going to be done through me. I anticipate that I will be using fulfillment as often as possible, because my strength is not in the detail. And I know the detail is extremely important in this business. Excuse me. I just thinking of what I have going on right now, I know I'm going to need a website designed, and the thought of designing a website to me just kind of makes me sweat beads. So I will definitely use fulfillment for that. And I think that my strength is in networking and selling. And I'm not saying that I'm going to push everything, off for fulfillment, but it just gives me a lot of comfort to know And I really got that from this weekend. I got in touch with why I was so nervous about this client that I'm taking on, and it really was related to I didn't see how I could fulfill it. And now I'm thinking, well, I don't really have to worry about that, because if I really get into a bind, I know I can call SearchMarketMe and discuss the project and get it fulfilled. I made the choice to join SearchMarketMe because it was not a franchise. I have several friends that were part of franchises, and one in particular, they were not successful, and they actually lost a lot of money. It was an ice cream franchise. And I also worked with other franchise owners, helping them with their businesses. Another franchise was a food service franchise, and they told me of the nightmares of being in a franchise. So I said I didn't want anything to do with that. And what I really liked about SearchMarketMe was it gave me the opportunity to have a sort of a home base where we get all the benefits of being in a network instead of a franchise, which was similar to a franchise in that you had training and support, but I knew that any money that I would be making on the other end, I wouldn't have to be paying royalties, so that was huge for me. I joined in January and February. I was trained on site in St. Louis, and I went through the 30-day startup, and I think that because of all the nervousness of starting a new business, I don't know, maybe some things just went over my head because I was focusing on too many things. Now, 5 months later, 6 months later, I have some contracts. I'm very motivated to bring things to the next level, and I want to make sure I'm doing it properly. So I'll go back to the SearchMarketMe portal and go through that 30-day startup again. And whatever is a repeat, I'll just fast forward. So it really is very helpful, and I like the fact that I can go back to it. Lifestyle and portability was extremely important to me. My personal situation is very unique. I live in Philadelphia, and my significant other lives on Cape Cod. And so we were trying to carve out a way that we could be together. And I need to stay in Philadelphia because I have children, and I would of course never leave my children. So one of the ways that we were able to do that is to have an internet marketing business. And it's a little bit tricky with making appointments. When I do have appointments, of course that takes priority and I don't leave. But for instance, on June 11th, I know I'm going up to Cape Cod for 2 weeks. So I'll work all of my work around that and know that I'll be doing my virtual in-office work during that time period. So that was critical for me. And then in 2 years, I actually will be moving to Boston, and I don't have any concerns with doing that. I don't have to think about, well, how am I going to move my office? What about my clients? Because I basically will be building a client base on Cape Cod and in Boston at the same time. So I'll be able to just move up there and transition very easily.